Hello viewers and welcome to Straygames, and welcome to the mod showcase / wiki. Stray Mav here today showing off the crystal set, going through the crystal pickaxe, the crystal axe, the crystal bow, and also the crystal arrows, which are part of Cmod and regarded as the top tier of items above molten. I think that's quite debatable, and I'm going to show you why. Also going to show you how to make it, the advantages and disadvantages to using the crystal weapons. First of all, how to make the set. You are going to need obsidian. You are going to need so much obsidian. You can go about this the normal way. Or you can go about it the easy way. But either way, you're going to need about 2,000 blocks of obsidian. That's because it takes 95 crystal bars in order to make the entire set, and that's only if you don't want to make any crystal arrows as well. Each bar of crystal is going to take 20 obsidian to forge, and must be forged at a hellstone furnace, not the regular kind. Here we are, crystal bars. As you can see, they take 20 each. So right now I have 14. And you'll notice that I can't make any of the crystal bow, axe, or pickaxe from 14. They take between 20 and 30 in order to make each of these. But you can also make the crystal arrows. They take 2 bars to make 5. And you'll also notice that you do not have to make the set actually at an anvil. You make the entire set at the Hellfire Forge. Now I'm going to show you just how useful the set actually is. As you can see, they swing much faster than the molten set. The downside is they actually do not have as much power and do far less damage. Using it as a melee weapon, the set is pretty much useless, with exception to the crystal bow. So as you can see, you can power through weak blocks like dirt much faster than when you're using the molten set. But when you're dealing with hard blocks like iron, you'll find the molten will be much more equipped. Second thing to note is that the crystal pickaxe can't be used on certain blocks. It can't mine hellstone ore, it can't even mine obsidian. So if you're going to rely on using a crystal pickaxe for everything, you're going to have to carry a nightmare or molten to deal with the more special cases. An added bonus of using the crystal set, it also has a 10% critical hit chance, but really you're not going to notice it. You're probably just going to get your ass kicked while trying to fight with it, because really, it just can't compare. Next up we have the molten ham axe and the crystal axe. Straight away you can see that the crystal axe has more axe power and is very fast compared to average. This means that when taking down trees, it is always much easier to use the crystal axe than the molten ham axe. It'll take 4 hits to take down a tree with the molten ham axe, while in fact being slower than the crystal. This one will only take 3, completely decimating trees. The downside is that the crystal axe, as I've already said, does less damage, but also is only an axe. It is not a ham axe like the other endgame items like the molten and the meteor. So you're going to have to carry around a hammer with you as well, if you intend to get things like heart crystals. Finally we have the crystal bow, which in my regard is much better than the molten fury in almost all regards. It does do less damage, but the increased speed is more than worth it. Secondly, although if you're using wooden arrows, the molten will be much better, as it will get the extra 2 damage by turning them into flaming arrows. The crystal bow, when you're using powerful ammo like unholy or these new crystal arrows, will do much more damage per second. Also, the arcing of the arrows is different, which makes it much easier to aim. As you can see, the crystal arrows fly in a much straighter path and actually move much faster. Finally we have the crystal arrows. These do 8 range damage, just as the unholy arrows do, but also have a 10% critical hit chance, making them more powerful And just like the unholy arrows do pass through multiple enemies. The downside of the crystal arrow is that once it hits the ground, it never has a chance of returning the arrow back to you. Once used, it is gone, and there is no exception to that. You'll have to make more if you want to keep using them. But that's all for today on the Mod Showcase /Wiki. I hope this helped. Stray Mav signing off.